Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Jasdeep, for handing over the presentation. I would like to introduce myself. I am Somina Lama, and today I'm going to talk about the benefits of intelligence automation when it is coupled with the robotic process automation (RPA). So, starting from the brief information about what is robotic process automation. Robotic process automation is a technology that uses artificial intelligence and machine language to reduce human interventions in computer applications, especially in the repetitive tasks. So there are many organizations and companies, they have replaced humans and employees with RPA. So now in this particular slide, I would like to talk about the three main components of RPA, which are data-driven intelligence, effective control framework, and software integration, which can add lots of value and benefits for many organizations and business. Starting from the data-driven intelligence, with the help of artificial intelligence and machine language, it can mimic human. So whenever there are complex cases, complex situations such as data, system error, complex system behavior, and changes in the applications, it can observe humans, the way humans handling such cases, and just learn and adapt through it. Typically, it has become possible due to the use of AI and ML in it. Similarly, RPA can act by interacting with different systems in a fairly robust manner, which also means that even if there are some changes in the applications, it can work properly without any hindrance. Now moving on to the next one, which is about the effective control framework. An effective control in RPA is very crucial as it can help to identify the possible risks in the future and also contribute to the saving of the investment. In this context, many organizations and business they does not consider risks at the very initial stage. So, which is why there are high chances of failing and losing of investment. So, with the effective RPA, with the effective control in RPA, it can identify risks in the development cycle and that can be discussed among the stakeholders, which will further add to stronger RPA, flexibility, trust, transparency, consistency, and even reduced cost. Now the last one is about the software integration. So with this, when it means that when the application builds systems, it can easily read those systems and send it to the other program without developing any costly interfaces. Now, moving on to the next slide. Apart from those benefits, there are other many benefits that RPA can provide. There are activities and tasks that needs to be performed on a daily basis by employees in a company. So those tasks can even incur a lot of expenses. So those tasks can be publishing of data, receiving and making of phone calls, writing a mail, recruitment and hiring, training of employees, customer service, checking invoices, etc. So those type of activities can be a lot of time consuming. They can be in a repetitive manner and even cost a high amount of expenses for the company. So to solve this problem, companies can replace employees with RPA, and employees and RPA can perform all this type of activities with less error, consistency, accuracy, reliability, with low technical barriers, increase productivity, improve productivity that can also improve employee morale and add to the better customer experience. Now coming to the last slide, which is about the recommendations that I would like to suggest in the context of the Western Power Company. So these recommendations consist of some critical questions that needs to be addressed before hiring RPA. So the first question that needs to be think about is about the choosing of the project. So choosing of the project by looking at the suitability, by looking at the services or the functions that RPA can provide. So there is no doubt that RPA can provide a lot of benefits, but with those benefits, it needs to be think about whether it is suitable or whether it meets the nature or the suitability of the project or not. So after this, configuration of robot. is also important. So testing it before launching it is very important thing that needs to be considered. And there is also a risk and control strategy. So an effective control framework in RPA can mitigate a lot of risks that can occur in the future. And moving on to the next, education about digital labor. So employees handling these robots, they need to be educated, they need to be trained and skilled to better know about these robots, to effectively control it. They need to be thinking about what can go wrong and what can they do in a right way to better function, to better control these robots to perform activities effectively. And then there is also a cyber security and data privacy. So in the context of Western power, there can be a lot of private confidential data that needs to be highly secure. So this thing also is very important to think about. And then there must always be a backup plan. And after this, overall good governance is very important. So good governance from the beginning is always important. It's more, which will more likely to bypass any problems, which will further add to the transparency, flexibility, and consistency in RPA. So in general, it is important to evaluate the importance of RPA in the context of your organization, its goals, its challenges, and most importantly, the process management capabilities. Thank you. By saying this, I would like to hand over this presentation to my friend Tassie.